Imagine being in front of a woman who has completely caught your attention. What if you didn't say anything? Had the power to say a few short, powerful words that would make her think about you for a long time afterward. The end of the chat sounds like a dream, but here's the harsh truth. Most men fail at this because they don't know what women want. Women won't come out and express themselves if you really want them to, but they will want compliments that go deeper and affect them emotionally. That's where the real power lies once you're good at it. It's not just about making an impression on her, it's about building a bond so strong that it says, "Hi, my name is James, and this is how she sees me." It's about confronting a truth that most men need to hear. The way a woman is complimented says that it's not about you giving meaningless compliments or depending on. Remember that today's video goes into detail about the top 3 illegal ways to show kindness that get women's attention. These are why most women say, "I love you." Genuine compliments that go above and beyond the standard and direct communication that makes a magnetic connection with her heart are seductive. Discover how Stoic philosophy can help you write more powerful words than you ever thought possible. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to make sure you don't miss any more life-changing content like this. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes and find attraction. Trix Marcus Aurelius is said to have said that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your ideas, just as the success of your relationships depends on how well you say it. Praise that comes from real understanding and wisdom is not common in the way people act on the surface of today's world, shows that they have the power, intelligence, and self-control of a high-value guy. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 praises that changed the game and hit much deeper than any of yours. These are more beautiful than you could ever think. Giving her praise that makes her feel special and makes you look like the kind of man she can't leave is what this offer is all about. If you've ever thought that you were just another average man, I will show you how to change things. Pickup lines of making tools, real connections. If she hasn't seen you yet or is already on to you, these tips will help. If you want to stand out, remember that compliments aren't about getting approval or proof of your worth. They're meant to show that a man is worth paying attention to, rather than begging for it through action, intelligence, and presence. So, if you're ready to move forward, take a seat. And let's start by going over the rules of Before We Know It. The game will change. Take a look and give us a subscribe if you're ready to change the way you approach relationships. By using the strength of each video is a step towards Stoicism, controlling your thoughts, and making deeper, more meaningful relationships. To put it simply, most men don't know how to properly appreciate a woman, how they forbidden compliment number 1, the power of subtlety. I think that saying, "You look beautiful and I hope everything works out," is either a plain or sweet compliment. When you really mean it, a praise is more than just words. You want to make her feel something. If you do it right, it's unforgettable. A compliment is like planting an idea in her mind that she will think about for a long time after you've left. It's the kind of thought that makes her wonder why this man makes her feel different and why I can't stop thinking about him. But here's the bad news. Most men won't get this because they either do it too much, too little, or only think about themselves. Now, before we get to the magic formula, let's talk about what not to do. This is where most of the men has a man ever blown up a woman's social media post with heart emojis or said something to her? Wow, you're really beautiful, but guess what? She's not interested in you at all. She's rolling her eyes in awe. You're in the same group as everyone else. If you're a man who thinks that flattery is the same as attraction, then you've already lost the game. Her beauty may make her smile, but it doesn't make you any better than other women. Compliments that have been heard enough don't matter. Let me explain. A true compliment goes beyond superficial things. It's not just about what you notice is what you see. So if she changes her hairstyle or gets a gentle touch, and you say that you look great in that color, then you're not only praising her looks, you're also letting her know that I've noticed the little things that most men miss. But it gets even better from here. If you want to be seen as a valuable man, you should compliment her character or mind in more detail. This is where the real magic happens when you realize that women aren't just attracted to men who make them feel good. They're attracted to attractive men who make them feel understood. For example, how often do you hear someone say, I really admire how calm and collected you are when you're under pressure, or I love your discipline? It's rarely inspiring, and when they do, you're talking to her, which is boosting her ego. As Alias once said about life, share, dwell on the beauty. The same thing is true here. Let's talk about Stoicism now. Contrary to what most people think, relationships are a game of Stoicism. Think about how beautiful her character is and value her essence. Words of praise like forbidden compliment number 2, mystery and depth. These show that you're more than just a dude. You are someone who is trying to get her attention, recognizes her value as someone who observes beyond the surface. And believe me, when I say that uncommon, how you maintain your composure under, I truly respect pressure. Allow me to explain this to you. Man, a compliment is similar to a secret weapon in her appearance. Doesn't matter to your arsenal, anything superficial, like her smile. It's about striking her where most men wouldn't never considered aiming for her. Inner strength, consider the issues that women face. Difficulties constantly, whether it's balancing job, family, or simply the life's pressures praising her. The capacity to remain resilient and calm under duress is equivalent to declaring, I see the depth that most people don't notice in you. The truth is that women don't merely desire, they want to feel beautiful, valuable when you express your admiration for her. Her emotional fortitude. You're confirmed in something of which she is proud, but seldom receives social recognition. People often tell women how nurturing or beautiful they are, but how often do they say something like, damn, the way you deal with stress is motivating. That's why this lands. It's sincere and shows how much you notice her, guys. This is when Stoicism comes in handy for staying calm. When things get tough, that's Stoicism 101 methods for keeping your cool and controlling your emotions no matter what. By praising these qualities in her, that you're showing respect, which Stoics believe is a virtue, identifies the character strength she will notice, suggests you value deeper qualities over surface charm, which makes you stand out when you use this. When you give compliments is very important, brother. This isn't something you just dropped. Here are some examples of how it should feel earned in real life. The compliment will be harsh after she handles a tough situation. Even though she was having a bad day at work, she answered the phone when I called and told her that I admired how calm she remained. Most people would have lost it, but you handled it like a boss while she was helping someone else or being the rock for her family, friends, or even you during a tough time. I told her, amazing at this, and I truly respect how you remain so grounded. I respect your level of dedication. Let's get right to the point of what you do. If you want to have a big impact, you need to go beyond flimsy praise about her looks. Being beautiful is good, but it's not enough to make someone stand out. You need to use some kind of deeper than most guys even realize. Forbidden compliment number 3, the Stoic compliment. Concern you, you must acknowledge and recognize her passions. When you sincere curiosity for what drives her, whether it's her side gig, hobby, or profession, you're telling her that you see you in projects. Respect your true self beneath the surface. Most men don't notice this, but when you respect her aspirations, that you are pursuing something that men are willing to say to you, show her respect for more than just herself. Appearance, the unfortunate reality, is that most men are overly preoccupied with a woman's appearance. ever observe what motivates her, but women are not just pretty. They have dreams, objectives, and interests. And when you take the time to acknowledge the fact that you set separate knowledge, her commitment says something like, I'm impressed with how committed you are to your work, or the manner in which you discuss your enthusiasm is motivating that communicates, or you're paying focus on the important things. But here's where most men make mistakes. They believe the purpose of compliments is to encourage her ego is more than that. It's about demonstrating to her your concern for the things that motivate her, the things that helps her get out of bed each day. One of the Stoic situations is when being good means living according to your Aoic beliefs and purpose, you're not paying attention to when you recognize her passions and what she values, you're showing her that you value the same things. There is a deeper connection between these things than a passing compliment. It's amazing to see how far you've come, but too many men think that compliments are enough. If you want to make a lasting impression, you need to recognize something more profound about her growth and heart. People at work are quick to notice when something goes wrong, but few take the time to notice when things go well. Happy if you want to stand out and recognize her hard work and energy along with the results like everyone else. In order to feel respected for the work people put into their goals, women want to be recognized for their dedication and growth, not just how they look. Whether you're watching someone grow in their career or in your own life, don't just praise the work and say things like, I'm amazed at how hard you're working, or it's motivating to see how far you've come. This deeper recognition that you value the process as well as the outcome leads to more appreciation for the work itself. It shows that you see the person she is becoming and are happy for her when she tries or makes progress, even when she faces setbacks. Thanks for the work. Whenever she faces a problem, she tells herself that seeing how far she's come, despite the loss, is what keeps her going. Praise her determination. When you see how hard she's been working and tell her, I see how the amount of work you've been doing it's amazing to see someone so committed. The timing of their growth is tips for using this in real life. It's important to remember that true compliments aren't about praising someone for everything they do, because that could make you seem fake or even overwhelming. The most important milestones are the ones that mark growth, so it's important to recognize and honor them. When you realize how hard you've worked and what you've accomplished, your words become much more powerful and important. For example, if she just finished a big project at work that she spent months putting her whole life into, now is the perfect time to introduce yourself and say something like, I'm so amazed by how hard you've worked to see the results of your dedication. This kind of compliment doesn't just recognize the result. It also shows that you've been making sure you understand the adventure and that you respect her for it. But the key is in the specificity. Some kinds of praise, like I'm proud of you or do well, don't really mean anything because they are too general. Tell them exactly what you're proud of or why the success is more important than going into more detail. Highlight the details. For example, you could say, I remember when you started working on this project and observed how honestly you've come a long way, since then motivating. This shows that you've been observing from the beginning and that you understand the progress she has made so far. Let's look at this in more detail to see why specificity is important. It shows consideration. When you spend some time observing the specifics that late at night, the difficulties she overcame, the minor wins that led to the major one, you're showing her your genuine interest and you're not only patting her on the back, you're confirming her role, and that's a really good idea. Last words and Stoic wisdom. Anyone can say great job, but not everyone can remember how nervous you were when you first started this and how comfortable you are now leading the group. That's amazing growth. The second kind of compliment is more personal and more likely to be remembered because it's based on genuine observation. Thank you. And let's talk about when you should respond to compliments like these. It's easy when the time is right. Don't wait too long or force it. If she just did something noteworthy, that's the best time to accept it. But after that, say something like, I've been thinking about the work you did, and I'm still amazed at how much work you put into it, which shows that you respect her accomplishment and how it made an impression on you. One more outstanding the ideal moment to offer a heartfelt remark is, for instance, at times of introspection. If she is discussing how far she's come or the extent of her knowledge, that's your signal to add something along the lines of, I can't believe how much you've grown. You've put in a lot of effort, and it's truly making this payoff. Not only confirms her emotions, but also strengthens her feeling of achievement. However, what about more modest accomplishments? Should you disregard those that aren't necessarily? Although it's crucial to preserve your most sincere praise for the large, there are times when you can still recognize the modest victories in a sincere manner. For instance, if she has been engaged in enhancing a particular ability, you may say, I've observed how much more improved you've accomplished this. It's truly amazing to view your progress, which indicates that you're making payments. Focus without going overboard. You don't want the edge gears to balance to show her so much praise all the time. However, you also don't want to appear as unconcerned. By picking your moments sensibly and with precision in your thanks. You hit the mark. You demonstrate to her that you're truly interested in her development and achievement without giving the impression that hollow flattery lets go forward. Additionally, what if she is experiencing a setback or a difficulty? This is another important time to intervene with a considerate praise, for instance, if she's having difficulty. But to keep going, you could say, I really respect the way you're handling this. It's hard, but you're staying strong and focused, and that's encouraging. This kind of praise recognizes her determination and encourages her to keep going, even when things get tough in terms of timing and specificity. They go together. Pick the best time and give a thoughtful, in-depth praise at the same time. In order to build a strong relationship with her, you should show that you're not just a passive observer, but an active supporter of her life who genuinely values what she does and achieves. So the next time you want to give someone a compliment, you should think about the time and detail of what you're specifically appreciating, why it's important, and how you can make your words have a bigger impact. Transcend the realm of language and become a source of inspiration, approval, and link. Remember that this isn't just about making her happy. It's about showing her that you respect and love her for who she is. By recognizing her progress, you're showing that you appreciate her hard work and dedication, and you're building a real relationship based on respect for her qualities that is much more powerful than just passing the hat. This kind of relationship based on mutual respect and mutual respect for development will last for a long time. If you learn a new skill today, don't just sit there and slam that like button. Click here to subscribe to more timeless knowledge and revolutionary revelations. Before you leave, I'd like to hear which of these is off limits for you. Leave a comment below with what I received today, or share a story from your life where you've seen the power of a deeply meaningful thank you. Let's talk about this in more depth. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about other ways to master relationships using the Stoic school of thought. Which of these comments spoke to you the most? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever tried anything like this before, or are you going to start today? If you're ready to level up your connecting skills, I'll get it to you today.